Reich faction. That's the Imperium's going to turn to the Third Reich now. But
he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says "Justice" on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit. And then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jack. Oh wait, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you.
Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh, but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you're fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like, I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
so follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking.
We actually follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff. It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unpretty. This guy just say fucking forehead.
What?
This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad? What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why?
Why do people happy? KW, LOLW, XQCL.
All right. Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
No,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal 4-way poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking
God.
bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But
He posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says justice on it. and then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up.
Then it is now Monday, guys, so you know what that means. It is time for the first dose of the new era of AEW right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection, right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. Hey, when they said a new era was coming,
You're fucking lying.
Yeah, they did not like
era.
Yep. So we had a great show tonight. A lot of listen. In my opinion, this is in contention for show of the year.
Oh, 100%.
Nothing but bangers on this show. There was not a single bad match to be had. Everybody worked their ass off. Everybody got time. And obviously, we had a phenomenal ending of the show, booking wise. We all knew probably what was going to happen, but the way we got there, I don't think anybody expected. Just how it played out, and that goes for a bunch of other things as well on this show. But yeah, great stuff, great stuff tonight.
yes.
God. Sorry, I had to make sure that audio levels were good. I had to lower you guys down just a tad. But wow, like, so I guess for starters, Adam Copeland, the rated R superstar, happy he was able to keep that trademark. Is all elite.
Yep. Graphics out. You can go look at it.
T-shirts.
Yep. Everything has already been loaded up. But if you go on the website right now, I'm literally on the AEW website, it's just rated R superstar Adam Copeland is all elite. It's like literally his font. Like the whole thing's red and black. Everything was all ready to go.
God, like so it's so once again, this was like it was very heavily speculated. Hell, like it was talked about even like before it was like set in stone, because you had fucking Christian being like getting interviewed. Oh, how do you feel about your buddy Adam Copeland possibly making his way here? Who? My only friend is Luchasaurus, so who's that?
He's right. Now he's got another friend. But anyway,
Wait, friend or son?
Well, he's son.
Son.
Might as well.
God,
but yeah,
just yeah, I wasn't here for the start, for the pre-show, because I had so many obligations to take care of. I had a event hosted in a streamer's Discord prior to WrestleDream even being conceived into the media world. So that's why I was not here, because I was hosting it chapter 1. So
Okay, so just quickly out of the way. We're I don't the scrum hasn't started yet, but I have it up. Just
I have it up as well.
Yeah, make sure. But anytime. Oh, hold on, I was just seeing something. Okay. But anyway, yeah. We have a lot to talk about within the show.
Indubiously.
Indubitably.
Anyway, so starting off with the 0 hour, just a quick to rattle off some things before the 0 hour matches even started. We had we had Tony Khan, Rocky Romero, Katsuyori Shibata, and Antonio Inoki's two grandsons there. They all had the red Inoki scarves on, and they presented them with flowers, and they just honored Antonio Inoki before the matches started. So I thought that was a really
Christian
nice
was
gesture.
there too.
Oh,
Well, yeah, Christian did show
They
up.
couldn't have picked, couldn't have scripted that one any better.
Yeah, but yeah, so they did honor Inoki at the beginning, which I thought was a really nice gesture. Then we had the first match. It was Keith Lee, Satoshi Kojima, Billy Starks, and Athena versus Mercedes Martinez, Diamante, Lee Moriarty, and Shane Taylor. Not really much to talk about here. But yeah,
I'm sorry, I had to.
I know.
The baby faces won, and that's really all there is to that. This feud with Keith Lee and Shane Taylor is going to continue, probably on Ring of Honor. But yeah, that was really it.
Cause like I was in and out for the 0 hour. I know I only got one wrong off of there, which I predicted Nick Wayne to go over Luchasaurus. Fair prediction, to be honest. It was a very fair prediction. It wasn't like my Julia Hart prediction, but I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Anyway.
so after this, we had Claudio
Castagnoli
Castagnoli taking on Josh Barnett.
Which this was excellent. This was an excellent
They
showcase.
gave this match away for free.
This was well, yeah. Mox was on commentary for this, which was a godsend, but just an excellent showcase of catch as catch can, mat-based grappling type of style wrestling. But yeah, I thought this was fucking excellent. I mean, this was a real treat. They didn't even have to do this at all, but they did. And Claudio and Josh killed it. I would love to see them bring Josh back, maybe even for like a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Like I'd love to see him like grapple with Shibata or like Danielson or Zach or something like that.
Someone just made a funny joke in the media scrum chat. So when Roddy is gonna scream Adam, who's gonna respond?
Adam Cole, Adam Page, or Adam Copeland. One of the three.
Adam.
You know, Roddy has to either interrupt Adam Copeland or Adam Copeland has to interrupt Roddy and just go,
what do you want?
Can you stop shouting my name? It's actually kind of annoying.
What do you want, bro?
What do you want, man?
Like, I don't know you. Little weird. They have to do that.
But anyway, yeah, so we had Claudio and Josh Barnett. They were great. Claudio went with the neutralizer, and then after, Josh Barnett cut a promo basically saying Inoki would be proud of you and Inoki would love you, and I could vouch for that. And yeah, I mean, Mox on commentary was hyping him up. But yeah, this was just a real treat. Josh is from Washington, so it was really cool. It was a local thing. It was his first time in AEW, and I would love to see him again. And he said he said this is not the end. So I that makes me think that Claudio would probably show up on Bloodsport, whenever the next one is WrestleMania weekend. But yeah, very good stuff there from those two.
I'm sorry. Right now, I'm still in my head. I'm still so fucking happy right now.
Next up, we had the, I believe it was
Nick Wayne versus Luchasaurus.
Yeah, the Nick Wayne Luchasaurus match. Again, we're gonna talk about both these two guys later, a lot more in depth. But these two had a good match. Nick Wayne's mom was out there. We're gonna talk about her a lot more in depth. But yeah, so basically Nick Wayne got the shit beaten out of him by Luchasaurus, and that was it. And yeah, so we'll talk about that more later. But Luchasaurus gets the win, and then next up we had for the final match on the 0 Hour, we had TMDK, Bad Dude Tito, Shane Haste, and Mikey Nichols versus Daddy Ass and the Acclaimed.
Did you guys talk about their backstage segment on
Yes.
Collision?
Yeah.
Oh, I mentioned it.
I fucking loved it. Like, come on.
Give me a beat. No.
You're embarrassing us. Let's go. Let's go.
I did bring that up on the pre-show.
I'm looking at this fucking chat, and I'm looking at the kind of the scrum chat. It is toxic.
Well,
all right, well then we'll leave it alone.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's why I don't read. That's why I don't read comments and.
Oh no, I'm not reading them out loud. I'm just like I'm seeing them, and I'm like,
Because as wrestling fans, these are the lowest forms of humanity there is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that includes us, for the most part.
Nah, we're not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Really not.
Grand scheme of things.
Yeah, cool. Because it's like when I'm standing there at Arthur Ashe and I'm looking at some of these people. I'm like, you know what? How do you step out of the house? Anyway, we had
extremely fair.
We had the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus Team DK. This was a lot of fun. I really liked the interactions between Shane Haste and Daddy Ass. That shit was funny. Shane Haste is hysterical because that is his name. But yeah, just great stuff here. And I really, again, it's these 0 Hour matches. There's not really much you have to speak on, but yeah, since it really wasn't a story thing, it was just a fun match. The Acclaim picked up the victory, and yeah, they retained.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Stokely just tweeted asking security to let me talk to Adam Copeland to pitch my MLM company together.
Oh my God. This man is a menace.
And then he tweets 7 minutes ago, update, I'm not allowed. Very strange. I am.
So next up we had the main card starting. We had the main card.
MJF versus the Dollar Store Devil's Reject Dickheads, the Righteous.
Yeah, so that's what he called them. But yeah, so the Righteous came out, and
he also addressed the allegations that he's not the one who attacked Tofu Switchblade Jay White.
Yeah, that was the big thing here. Well, basically he got on the mic and he said, "Listen, I didn't attack Jay White. Some schmuck went in my bag and stole my devil mask." So he acquitted himself. And obviously you can't really take MJF for telling the truth.
Listen,
but
those shoulders were not very broad.
No, I'm saying you can't really take MJF for telling the truth. So he still should be in question. But I do believe him on this one, where I don't think he did formulate the attack on Jay White. But anyway. Yeah, so he gets out. He said he's gonna shove Vincent's head up Dutch's ass, fat ass.
Dutch a body slam.
Give Dutch a body slam, and yeah, so he gets to the ring. The match starts, and it's kind of like these matches they're in their own genre, cause the Better Than You Bebe matches, they're not like high caliber, high octane action. Big ring psychology. They're the most simple matches ever. It's you could probably count how many moves are actually done in the match, because the one against Aussie Open, the one against Sammy and Daniel Garcia, the one against Reynolds and Silver, they all feel like they're in their own sect of match, and this was the case here too with MJF. Probably because it's weird seeing MJF, who's the world champion, as a curtain jerker tag team champion, but obviously it's how it goes. But yeah, I really enjoyed this for what it was. I really love the Righteous. I think the Righteous should get a lot of more opportunity.
100%.
But yeah, so it came down to Vincent got that block of wood that he used on Collision, and he was gonna basically give a concerto to
He was
to
gonna
MJF.
break his ankles.
He was gonna break his ankles. And then MJF got up. He started doing this. He gave Dutch a body slam. He shoved Vincent's head into Dutch's ass, and then gave them both a kangaroo kick. For the and I think yeah, after he gave Dutch the heat seeker and retained the tag team titles, that guy's probably on a plane home already.
So
But
we're just gonna completely gloss over the fact that in the middle of the match we heard Taz yell, "Oh my God, Squeeze City!"
yeah, I didn't hear that.
I was
Or see it apparently. I was dying.
As I was watching, I had it on my phone, and then on like the main computer, I had the fucking stream that I had to do, but I didn't see it. Once again, I'm so happy that Bleacher Report has the free just replays, which is nice. But hey, this was a very solid match. I had no doubt that MJF was going to go over here.
Yeah, absolutely. He was in no danger.
Did I think MJF was going to get jumped at one point? Yes. I thought that was a possibility of happening. And that way he can be like, hey, that proves it wasn't me. I didn't do it. They attacked me.
I could also see them not doing an angle forwarding that this week just to fuck with us.
Ooh, wow. Well done.
What happened?
So during we're not gonna talk about Edge fully yet, but his opening like vignette thing where it said our feature presentation, I do remember this because he did it on the New Japan show. Sami Callihan uses that same intro, like with the thing that says our feature presentation. Sami Callihan used this intro on Impact right before his theme song hits. It could mean nothing, or it could have been a tease for an eventual arrival in AEW. To me, I think that's a complete coincidence, and I think it's stock of B-roll that they took for his there's no fucking
let me cook.
There's no
let
or.
Me cook. Let me
Edge
cook.
and Sami Callihan have nothing to do with each other.
No, but let me fucking cook. All right? Remember, Mox wanted someone to come in prior to him getting concussed. What happens is they had that stock pre-rolled up first. They had that stock up like pre-ready because Sami Callihan was ready to go.
Why didn't they just put it in the file and just save it for when he's there?
Because you have someone who calls themselves the rated R superstar. Movies, bada bing, bada boom. You put the pieces of the puzzle together.
All right, so they used B-roll from a stock website to use for Edge, and it somehow coincidentally was Sami Callihan's in Impact.
Because that's nothing.
I love how Christian just did not even give you the light of day on that one.
It's literally because that, I mean, it's common sense. Because that's what I was talking about yesterday. People make something out of nothing.
Because
that's all it is.
Being conditioned.
No, I haven't. This.
I have.
Here. This.
Fuck
instead
you.
of this.
Fuck
this
you.
Instead of this. I don't fantasy book out of the realm of possibility. It makes you upset at shit that doesn't happen.
Well, not necessarily for me in the long run, but
no, for most people.
Yes.
That's how you work yourself into a shoot, brother.
I love my fantasy booking. That's because one, I am a fucking person who has perpetually had a goddamn wrestling podcast. Ignore me. I'm pouring a glass of Dr. Pepper.
Anyway, so MJF retains. Next up we had, and that was one thing about this show. This was as long as this show was, it was very fast moving. There was the video packages are very, very short. There's no like angles or like backstage segments in between. It's just match. So yeah, next up we had Eddie Kingston versus Katsuyori Shibata for the Ring of Honor World Championship and New Japan Strong Boy Championship. And this was a excellent strong style match between two guys who embody the fighting spirit of strong style. It's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Fucking hitting hard, counter wrestling, grappling. is exactly what I thought it was gonna be.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
two guys that were mastered their craft, and these guys are gonna go at each other and fucking beat the fucking snot out of each other. It's exactly what happened.
This was awesome.
And it was just a great match. Eddie Kingston ended up putting Shibata down with a bunch of Oricans, and then he hit 2 Northern Lights bombs on
So-
Shibata. Then he hit the Toshiaki Kawada power bomb, which Kawada asked him to use, and that's why he beat Claudio with it. And he stacked him up for the victory.
So I
And
had thought
great match.
Shibata put his title on the line too, alongside this,
Mm-mm.
but
No.
because that's like the way that the poster kind of looked for a moment when they were first hyping it up. But then they put both titles on the line for Eddie, and then at that point, when you see Eddie is putting both titles on the line, he ain't dropping that.
Dead giveaway.
Especially
he was
because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, with there are rumors of Shibata and New Japan not on totally good terms at the moment.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like they hate each other. They don't hate each other. It's just like he's not with them
It's just
anymore. He's more.
Yeah.
He's basically, to be honest, he's like basically a all elite without a graphic. It's like Tony's giving him the opportunities because number one, Shibata was never gonna get fully cleared by New Japan, and when he knew that, so when he did that match at Wrestle Kingdom 2 years ago with Ren Narita, he basically got on the mic and said, "Hey, well, this is going to be a normal wrestling match, not a grappling match," which is what they wanted him to do. And he went into business for himself, which I don't blame him for because I know he wanted to do what he wanted to do,
Yeah.
and they were scared and they could have been liable for that. But that's really it. But anyway, just a great match. Eddie Kingston picks up the victory, and it was really nice to see afterwards. They had Taito Nakabayashi as the referee. He's the New Japan Strong referee in there. And it was nice to see Eddie Kingston give his props to Shibata. He let him have the ring after the match, and they played his music. So, real great stuff there from Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata. Next up, we had the AEW TBS title match between Chris Statlander and Julia Hart, and
this was very good.
This was a very, very good match. Extremely good match for the women. This is one of the best TBS title matches they've ever done on pay-per-view. At least probably the best TBS title match they've ever done on pay-per-view. But the way Statlander is being used is exceptional to me right now because Statlander is one of the best women they have.
Oh, 100%.
And she is an exceptional pro wrestler, and she elevates everybody who she's in the ring with. She gave Jade Cargill her best match on her way out. She gave Britt Baker a great match in the first ever women's collision main event. She
gave Jade
granted
Cargill.
Julia.
No, not Jade.
I said that.
No, and I meant to say, and she just gave like Julia her first ever singles pay-per-view match.
Yeah, so Julia got her first ever singles pay-per-view match, and it was a great match. And I want to give Julia credit too, because Julia has been probably the most improved woman on the roster from start to finish out of the women they've signed that are basically been projects to them. Basically, like girls like Anna, girls like Julia and Sky Blue, and girls like that, like Willow. I know some of them have been on the indies, but basically they're AEW homegrowns, and I think Julia has been the most improved. I think Julia has had great matches, even with job talent, and she deserves everything she has gotten, even this spot right here, this opportunity. So I give my credit to Julia. She did very, very well in this match. There was a "This is awesome" chant. The crowd was with them the entire time. There was a spot where Julia went for the mist. It missed. Funny. But anyway, Statlander
There's
gave...
no way you didn't plan that.
I didn't. I didn't because I said missed and I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's where I'm going. Anyway, Statlander gave her the tombstone. She got up and then gave her the Sunday Night Fever for the victory. Great match between these two, and I hope Julia gets more shots in the future because she's vastly improved. And I hope they use Statlander in this spot for other women because usually Statlander is a great person to be in the ring with to get the best match out of you. So very, very good stuff.
100%.
Very good stuff from these two.
After this, what we had,
We
After
had
this-
we had the 4-way tag team match of the Young Bucks versus the
Which-
Ass Boys, aka the Guns, versus the Lucha Brothers versus Orange Cassidy
listen,
and Hook.
I'm sorry. After UBS, I will no longer call them the Ass Boys.
Well, that's you. That's not me.
Fuck you.
I fucking love the animosity on this show.
Anyway, yeah, so this was a very, very good match. It was a real hot match. Felt like a PWG match at some points, which is AEW specialty. They have like really fun party matches when it comes to big multi-man matches like this. But yeah, everything here was great. Hook and Orange Cassidy worked well together. Hook was in this match for a lot longer than I thought. He was about in this match. He was taking a lot of the heat of the match, and it was just nice to see him in there because he feels like a regular wrestler now instead of like a like a protected
Special
monster,
attraction.
monster type of quick and in there character. So yeah, everything here was good. All the tag team synergy was great. Early on into the match, Phoenix got his shoulder worked on, and then he got thrown into the guardrail with his shoulder, and then he was helped off by Doc Samson to the back. I have seen that was planned and that was a work. It is to set up him being basically more in peril for his match against Nick Jackson on Wednesday. That's basically what that is. So no fear on Ray Phoenix. He's completely okay.
Yeah, this did not surprise me because he came into the match with his shoulder taped up anyway.
Yeah,
Then
so-
also
yeah, so he's
with the
completely
outcome,
okay.
with the outcome of this match leading in, because this match at points was all over the place. It was hard to keep up in spots, but ultimately and surprisingly, the Bucks picked up the win here.
Yep, the Young
Yeah.
Bucks.
I had thought I did not see the team with no catchphrase, Orange Cassidy and Hook, going into this winning. I didn't see that happening. I saw a possibility with the Lucha Brothers. Saw a possibility with the Guns even more than Lucha Brothers and the Bucks.
Funny you should say that because me and Christian during the pre-show were just like, yeah, Lucha Bros, just no.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule
Yeah,
it out.
In the match, like I really thought that Orange Cassidy and Hook had a chance before Wednesday because after they got the pinfall victory. But yeah, it's listen. You're not gonna get any fucking complaint out of me about another Young Bucks FTR match.
Oh, same. But like, I think at points it's time to stop going to the well because going to the well too long could really fuck it up.
I agree with you, but also it was never specified when the team will get their shot or use their shot.
I mean, true. Like,
so they could sit on this for a little
Yeah,
bit.
they don't have to do this now. They could do this at like Winter is Coming. They could do this at Revolution if they want. They could wait and say if there's another pay-per-view that's crafted up. They could do this somewhere else. They don't have to do this on Dynamite. They don't have to do this at Full Gear. They could wait.
I would let this sit for a little bit.
Like what I was thinking when I saw the Bucks win, I thought, okay, then I don't see FTR winning their match because maybe you're getting something new. Gonna get Aussie Open and the Bucks for the title. Have a lot more at stakes tag team match. We haven't seen one between them in AEW yet.
What, in Aussie Open and Young Bucks?
Yeah, in AEW. Have you seen that yet?
No, that's happened twice.
Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah, it happened.
5 hours of TV is really everything just meshes in after a while, and you just forget shit.
The first one was on Rampage. I think both of them were on Rampage.
Okay. Yeah, the show I don't watch because either I'm sleeping or I'm hanging out with friends.
Dude, you want to know how I watch Rampage most of the time? I DVR it because I usually have something going on Friday night and Saturday morning.
I just catch the highlights.
Fast forward through the picture-in-picture. Skip 30 seconds ahead through the actual commercial breaks, and I am done in about 42 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah, 42 minutes.
40 minutes. Not that bad.
Listen,
Uh,
At that point, it makes it worth it.
this is something I saw today when I was scrolling through HBO Max. They now have live stream, like full on live TV on that platform now.
Let me check that.
There was something live when I saw it earlier.
I'm literally checking this right now.
I saw a live thing on there.
All right, shut up, Max.
I could be wrong. I could have missaw something, but I don't think I saw wrong. And they've been talking about having live news a part of their stuff for a while now.
so
I personally don't see it, but I could be wrong.
So
Moving on.
after the tag team match, we had one of the best matches of the night
Yes.
between the hometown boy Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. Swerve came to the ring with the entire Mogul Embassy and Prince Nana. Everybody was hitting the fucking dance. So that was pretty fun, cool to watch. Hangman came out to a chorus of boos. He was not liked at all. He was heavily booed in this match, was expected. But yeah, this was a phenomenal match. In my opinion, this might be one of the best matches of Swerve's career. I thought this was incredible. The work he has done, the way he is elevated as a performer, from watching him in Lucha Underground and in Evolve and NXT, and he didn't have a fucking run on the main roster at all, basically, but just even his tag team run with Keith Lee, it's just the way he's elevated himself as a character, as a star. This guy is going to be a world champion one day. I fully believe that. I believe within 3 years, this guy's going to be the AEW world champion, and he's going to be at least a TNT or international champion by next year.
Oh, 100%. Also, I just sent it to you, Mike, on Facebook, on his Messenger, the screenshot of the live, because CNN does a live newsroom on HBO Max now.
See, I don't watch the
Well, no,
news
neither
at all,
do I,
so.
but like that was just something I remember seeing. Okay, so
Interesting.
So keep that in mind, folks. There might be a price hike in the HBO Max subscription service timeline. So
I think unless you have Verizon or something.
Kiss my dick. I have T-Mobile.
That's what. No, I said I think.
Well, it's
No. I'm not saying as the
probably
phone
right.
provider. I'm saying as the cable.
You're probably right, though.
The only reason I found out about this is because somebody told me, because we have FiOS, and they're just like, you get HBO Max with that, right? And I'm just like, what?
All right, so
Excellent Swerve and Hangman match.
Injury.
What happened?
Nah, Hiroki Goto.
Okay.
Fucking MCL injury. Yeah.
Damn, that's
I also still waiting for the WrestleDream media scrum to start. They at least are inside the room, staring at the
Empty
LED
table.
board.
Breaking news. We from Tony Khan. We'll hear from the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland on Dynamite. So
No media scrum, fuckers.
What?
I don't know. So no media scrum. He won't be at the scrum then.
He
Probably
could.
not.
No, because then why advertise it?
Yeah, why advertise that for Dynamite? I gotta
Didn't they
agree
do
with
that
Zach
shit with
on this
Adam
one.
Cole?
No.
I don't remember.
No.
I don't know. So anyway, back to Swerve and Hangman. This was an excellent match. Crowd was completely with Swerve the entire time. Not surprising. Hangman was actually doing really well.
Never mind.
He's on it, isn't he?
Yeah. See, why wouldn't he? That they did the same shit with Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson and Punk. Common sense prevails every time.
Listen, I've been sitting at this fucking desk for 12 fucking hours.
Listen, I've been up for basically 24 hours, yo.
You're insane.
Leave the excuses at the door. All right? How about that?
If there's anybody who should be fucking tired right now, it's me, okay?
Yeah. You ran.
Yeah, 16 miles. Kiss my ass.
Could have drove.
Anyway, we had Swerve and Hangman. Hangman was working the hand during this match. He hit the steps with that because he got stabbed. Swerve got stabbed by the pen on Dynamite, so he was working the hand, which was pretty funny. Next up, oh well, not next up, but there was a great spot where Hangman hit the dead eye on Swerve on the steel steps. They didn't even move the steps out, so I thought he was gonna fucking hit his head on the edge, which we'll talk.
We'll get back to that later.
We'll talk about that shit. But anyway, there was a and I love the spot where Swerve hit the house call kick and then did that move where he doesn't have a name for it, but it's the one where he takes the arm and then he fucking steps on it, and you could hear like a snap. I don't know how he does it, but you can hear a snap.
He probably when he does it, when the camera's not facing towards the other side, he probably does what other wrestlers used to do with the kind of the finger break pull apart when they would clap underneath their arms.
It's the same thing like when Penta does the one where he fucking wrenches back on it. But anyway, he was immediately checked out by Doc Samson, by the ring post, and it was brilliant because it set him up perfectly for the Swerve stomp, and it was such a devastating Swerve stomp because he's basically slipped on the way down,
Sexton
and it gave
Hardcastle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and he basically did a senton on the way down, and then right after he did a forfeit. And this, I don't see a lot of guys do this, and it's something in New Japan that Robbie Eagles does, because his finish is the Ron Miller special. It's a knee bar type of finish, and he does a 450 splash onto your legs to loosen you up for the knee bar. Swerve did the same thing here. He did a 450 splash onto Hangman's arm to looson him up for an arm bar, which I thought was great.
He is a full-time guy. He's not going to be here every 3 months. He's going to be here.
I expected that.
He also said that with how he came in, it felt like he breathed a new life into his career.
Yeah, I expected that because what's it called? He was already doing that in WWE, so
okay,
good on him. Anyway, so he hits the 450 to the arm, and I thought this was a great spot. He keeps going for this arm bar. He can't get it. He keeps getting out of it. And then the finish I thought was brilliant. Swerve gave this guy, I think, 2 or 3 house call kicks, and then he hits him with the JML driver and pins him for the victory. And I thought this was an excellent match. Excellent match. And Swerve picks up the victory. This is not finished at all. But yeah, great stuff out of these two.
Yes.
So I'm just
God,
this is an image and a half. Tony Khan next to fucking Edge. Oh
yeah,
this is such a
So next up, we'll get there. Next up, we have Wheeler Yuta versus Ricky Starks. Little grudge match here that's been built up on Collision. And this was a very, very fine match. This was a great match. Moxley was back on commentary for this. He would be on commentary for the next match as well. But listen, let me tell you something about Mox on commentary. This guy's got a future, and he needs to do this. If Mox, God forbid, ever gets hurt, I swear to God, they better do what they did with Punk in WWE, where he was just on commentary. Just fucking put him on commentary.
Or did what they did with
John,
Joe.
my diet soda.
Just do what they do with Jericho on Rampage. Just swap him out every now and then. I
loved it when he was commentating over Brian's match. That's one for the spare jar. Don't worry, Brian. I got you.
Yeah. So, and I love he they take a shot of him, and then he puts his hand over the microphone. And he goes, beat the shit. I thought I alone let him do that shit, Yuta. And that shit was so funny. And then Ricky, there was some points in this match where Ricky would look over at Mox and stare at him, which I don't think wasn't on purpose. But yeah, this was a great hard hitting match from these two. Near the second half of the match, Big Bill came out just to distract Yuta. Yuta ended up hitting him, shoving him into the post. Ricky gave there was a spot where Ricky gave Yuta a last ride power bomb, and his momentum swung him so far that he landed on the top of his head from a power bomb. I'd never seen that before, but it's I mean, it was a great match. Yuta went for that thing where he was like basically like he falls out of the ring and then he pulls himself back in. Ricky immediately hits the spear and the Rochambeau, a vicious Rochambeau, for the victory. And as Ricky made the pin, he was staring at Jon Moxley. So I could see them going to that because I don't think Moxley and Ricky has happened at all. So
I don't think so.
so yeah, that's something. That's probably going to be a collision deal. But yeah, very very excited to see where that goes. Next up, we had
the
Dream
masterpiece.
match.
We had the masterpiece,
The dream match.
and I'm not talking about Chris Masters.
Yeah, but yeah, between Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr.
Beautiful,
Hold on.
just
it's-
fucking
let's-
beautiful
let me
match.
tell you something. Holy shit, this is a great quote. Christian Cage isn't the stepfather; he's the father that stepped up. Anyway, so Zack comes out first. They got his music right this time, unlike Forbidden Door. Where's my TMDK music, you dickheads? But then Bryan came out. He was draped in the Seattle Seahawks colors.
Do they gotta bump a Dynamite to Tuesday on like next week?
Why?
I hope not.
Because
Oh wait,
because per the media scrum, Adam Copeland's first match will be against Luchasaurus, October 10th.
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. In the where?
Yeah, it's gonna be taped on Tuesday in Independence, Missouri.
Okay, so that's a tape show. Oof.
Yeah, they're gonna tape Dynamite and Rampage.
Okay, so okay.
Jeez, I cannot catch a fucking break these past couple weeks. Jesus Christ.
You'll be able to be a part of the show. It's being taped. It's not a live Dynamite on Tuesday. It'll be airing on Wednesday, but taped.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that actually helps a little bit.
It sucks, but understandable.
It happened.
What? Because of is there hockey around that time?
Baseball, probably. Baseball wrapping up or something. I don't follow baseball.
Baseball is
Well, the Mets are done, so I could really care less.
Oh.
Fuck you.
I don't even care. I don't even care about them. I'm happy the fucking season's over.
Hey.
No offense, Zach.
You still got Zach Wilson to deal with. Actually, he played good tonight. apparently.
No spoilers. No fucking spoilers. I DVR'd the game. You shut the
Really?
hell up.
Okay.
You
A
shut up.
Football game?
You shut up. I'm
What's
watching
wrong
it
with this
tomorrow.
guy?
You shut the hell up.
Yeah, well,
Don't fucking say anything.
I don't know what the fuck you expect. Anyway,
I got a score spoiler at some point through the game, which I
I'll
did
give
not
you-
want to
I'll-
see.
I'll give-
No.
I'll give you this spoil.
Move
Taylor
on to the
Swift
next
was at the
match.
game.
I can't hear you. Move on to the next. Move on.
Bryan Danielson,
Move on.
Bryan Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr. Submission masterclass.
I can't hear a fucking word you're saying.
Because I'm talking about the match, you fuck up. Anyway, he didn't hear that one either. Anyway, so we had Bryan come out. Zach, listen, this was all speed. This was full speed ahead from the go. Zach and Bryan, they were trading abdominal stretches. A lot of people use abdominal stretches tonight because, what's it called? Inoki, he used the Cobra Twist and the Octopus Hold a lot. So there was a lot of that going on. Even in the women's match, they used it. But this was, a grappling showcase early from the jump. They did the thing where they both stand on each other's heads. But there was a point where they basically, and then there was where they shifted out of it. They did the Romero where they basically balanced each other out. Which there's no two people on earth that could wrestle like these two with each other. It's just not possible. And there was something that Kevin Kelly points out in all of Zach's matches in New Japan, that Zach never stays in a hold for at least longer than 6 seconds. So, and I always count too, and he's right. He's never in a hold for longer than 6 seconds unless he's trying to extremely submit you. And that's what happened here. These two were going back and forth, hold for hold. Moxley is fucking geeking out on commentary. It's
And
it's like
rightfully so.
I mean, he was geeking out like the commentators when they see Taylor Swift at a fucking football game. I mean, this was fucking crazy. Anyway, uh, that's gonna be next. Wait till Taylor Swift shows up at the Tokyo Dome to go see Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle. Then we're gonna be cooking with grease. Anyway, we had a bunch of fucking. I mean, this was counter wrestling to a T. Zack hit a Zack driver and then transitioned into the Umaplata, which is this hurt Tanahashi. I remember it's the one where you're basically your shoulders are touching, and like he puts his leg in between and he tries to wrench down. It's a disgusting looking hold. There was a bicep slice attempt. There was a calf slicer. A lot of different Juji Katami variations, heel hooks, knee bars. I mean, you got to fucking. It looked like two snakes in there, with each other. It was brilliant, but the finish ended up coming from, and this got time too. These two went about 25 minutes. This was excellent. The finish came from a Basaiku knee to Zack Sabre Jr., which he kicked out of, and then Zack was on his knees, and Brian gave him another Basaiku knee for the victory and the pinfall victory, which I loved, and it was a telltale sign to me because of a pinfall victory. Zack is defeated by Brian Danielson. Brian Danielson, after the match, goes to shake Zack's hand. He grabs his New Japan Television title and leaves the ring. Basically says, this ain't over yet. And what this tells me is that because it was a pinfall victory, they're going again. Potentially, probably at the Tokyo Dome, at Wrestle Kingdom, and it will be a submission match. Somebody will have to submit. I think that's where we go from here. I think they end up in a submission match because Zack was not satisfied with a pinfall victory with the two best technical wrestlers alive. And it's the same thing with Okada and Zack. I think these are appetizers. They were that good, and they were appetizers. I think they're going again. So they have two things they could do at Wrestle Kingdom. They could either go Zack again. Yeah, they could either go Okada again or Zack again. It depends on what either guy is doing. Okada really doesn't have anything really set up for Wrestle Kingdom yet, so it makes sense to do the Bryan Danielson rematch again. However, Zack has a title, so you could obviously have a tournament or like a mini thing to get Zack a contender. They don't have to do that at Wrestle Kingdom. They could do that at Dominion. They could do that at Forbidden Door 3. They could do that somewhere else. So, but anyway, this match was a masterclass of technical wrestling, and I fucking loved it.
I'm sorry I wasn't fully commenting on this. I was listening to parts of the media scrum.
Emphasis on what Christian just said.
Just to highlight some of the things real quick. He had mentioned that he was in Seattle on Friday, and he pretty much had to hide. But Darby took him to some sketchy fucking areas in Seattle, because he'd be like, "Don't worry, no one's gonna fucking care that you're here." Then he got caught once. Adam said, he said, like, I come back to my hotel room, I just want a fucking cheeseburger because I haven't eaten in 14 hours. So I left. I went to go get my food. I was sitting at my table reading my book. I look up, and then someone went, "Oh," and he did that, and the person said, "Okay, I'll keep my mouth shut." That's the good fans. The fans that don't say shit when they're not supposed to say shit or see shit.
It is. And I mean, it did. I mean, it would have taken an invalid to not know Edge was probably going to show up tonight. But anyway,
well, hey, we all thought some people were going to show up in certain areas and shows in the past, and they never did. So we always got to push with bated breath.
Yeah, not this one.
Well, of course. But just, God, I can't wait to talk about this fucking match. I'm like,
next
gripping.
up we have the trios match between, that was insane. We had the trios match between the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay versus the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Chris Jericho.
The Golden Alpha Lovers.
Well, actually, no. It's actually Jericho just trademarked the Golden
MJF
Jets.
is at the
Oh,
he
Jesus.
has all
Oh.
3
Look at that-
belts.
Look at that
And
fucking
he
mark.
just fucking stack them on the thing.
Look at that fucking Mark Edge. Look at this scumbag. That's what he probably said.
I'm turning it up.
Anyway. Anyway, so yeah, we had the Golden Jets, which Jericho trademarked, which is probably gonna end up being their name. Versus the Don Callis family. And listen, Don Callis' entrance and the art of the fucking Last Supper with him as Jesus Christ.
Right.
And we got fucking Osprey, Sammy, and Takeshita next to that.
Yeah, but who was like so?
There's
One of those paint.
Stop. They all had blurred out faces.
No, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
15 of them
I was
there.
thinking the same
No.
thing when it was zoomed in, Zach.
Well, no. Like in the context of the Last Supper, the person sitting next to Jesus, in this case Don Callis, is Judas. That's something you have to keep in mind. Sure, that could just be a fucking painting, but the story of the Last Supper, the person sitting next to Jesus is Judas, the person who pretty much puts Jesus on the cross. I'm not a religious person. I just know this from my past experiences of being a religious person. Like, quote me if I'm wrong, Mike, because you probably know a little bit more than I do. I would assume.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school. I would be if I didn't know that.
But I'm not wrong. The person who sits next to Jesus is Judas,
Well,
and
if
that eventually stabs him in the back.
Well, it should be Sammy because Sammy was called Judas in a promo 2 days ago.
True.
I will
True.
legit.
Actually, yesterday.
I will eat a sandal if this turns into a fucking double turn. I will eat a fucking sandal.
Well, it's a
Okay,
little too
then.
early for that. Anyway, we had listen. I love the attire for each guy's. Osprey had new gear. Osprey really hasn't had new gear that often.
And then
So
and then
yeah,
we see
they
the
all-
tattoo and the cupping to his back.
We all were wearing black and red. So, do with that what you will. Jericho had new gear too. He had a purple gear. But yeah, Demetrius Johnson was in the front row, which I thought was really cool. Mighty Mouse.
That's
one of the
because him
greatest
and
things-
Kenny Omega are doing an event on Twitch.
Yep, we're gonna be playing Street Fighter. But listen, it was really cool to see him because I mean that's one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, the Mighty Mouse there. But anyway, we had. Listen, this I'm not gonna fucking break this shit down at all. This match was fucking pure insanity, pure chaos, and it was so much fun. It was so good. And because the best part about this, nobody in this match was legal. It was if you had a fucking track the legal man in this match, I'm sorry.
I was so
because
hoping
everybody was in the ring.
you guys were gonna pick the Golden Lovers and a Jericho. I was so hoping for that. But then when I watched back the VOD, I was like, God damn it. Because you guys thought the same thing. There's what's the point in building up this faction to make them lose their first pay-per-view?
Yeah. But anyway, this would, I mean, I can't even, the amount of fucking strikes and hard hitting, just seeing Osprey and Omega in there again is like whetting my appetite for their eventual third match. Bushi being in there with fucking face to face with Takeshita. It's like, come on, dude, give him that singles match has got to happen eventually. Guevara in there with Omega. We haven't seen that match since singles match wise since like the third pandemic Dynamite for the AAA Mega Championship. Osprey and Ibushi in there again. Just reminded me of these old G1s and old pandemic era no crowd clap crowd G1s and shows I would watch. Just fucking great shit all around from this match. Jericho looking like he's fucking 30 in there with these guys. Just I mean this was just an amazing match. I'm not gonna call this shit spot for spot, but just fucking great shit from all parties involved. The finish came from Sammy Guevara. He ended up hitting the GTH on Chris Jericho, and oh wait, no, yeah. So he hit the GTH, and then he hit him with Don Callis came in, hit Jericho with the bat, and then Sammy Guevara pinned Jericho before Kenny and Ibushi could make the save because they were being held back by Ospreay. So this was excellent, great stuff. Can't fucking say it enough. All these guys are just the best. So yeah, I mean, we got a long way to go in this story.
Oh yeah.
I added something to our overlay on the Twitch and YouTube side of things.
Is it the bottom right thing?
Yep. It's the picture of MJF and Adam Copeland. I mean, he had tweeted, "Stop posting the photo." Listen.
All right. Well,
see, I took a picture with MJF, and when I stumble into the wrestling business, then I could fucking turn on MJF.
Oh my god.
Trip and fall into the little business here. Anyway,
So let's move on to the match that officially lost me the Pro Wrestling Injections prediction title.
And that made our
Could be me.
Champion, Christian.
Couldn't be me. Can't
Listen,
ever.
hey, I won, to be honest.
I had a good reign.
When I saw the Bucks win, I had a solid thought that, okay, maybe Aussie Open wins, and they give us this.
Did I get perfect predictions on the show?
I don't know. I wasn't here to take the full
Well,
list.
no, you didn't pick the Bucks.
That's true.
Either what? Yeah. That's the only one he flubbed?
Yeah.
That's the only one that I think that we all flubbed.
Yeah.
Well,
and we all took the guns.
Outside of me picking Nick Wayne over Luchasaurus.
And Julia.
Julia, I only did
no,
because
I'm saying like
vignette.
the three of us collectively flubbed.
Because the Bucks had the fucking trios title for ROH.
Yeah, and they just had the match at Wembley. But I'm kind of interested to see where they're going to go with this. But yeah.
So next up we have the AEW World Title match between Aussie Open and FTR. 365 days, 1 year to the day since their last meeting at New Japan Royal Quest in England, and that was an excellent match. And this is what we got here too. Very, very much not surprised. These two teams went out there, had a great fucking match, and fucking every match on this show has an argument for being match of the night.
Did Mark Davis get actually hurt towards the end?
So in the match, there was a spot where Mark looked like he dinged up his wrist, and it was nagging him for most of the match. And near the finish, when they did the Powerplex, the Power and Glory spot, Cash landed right on his wrist. And when they went for the Shatter Machine, he couldn't. He had to hold him up with one arm. That's why it kind of looked kind of wonky. And when they did the Coriolis, he did it, and then he was holding him like this, like this. He wasn't holding him with his wrist. Mark Davis might have fucked up his wrist, unfortunately. But that's not the worst injury that he got. He's had a lot. He's had fucking many knee injuries, so it's probably
all right. At the scrum, Jericho and Omega.
Ooh, okay. Kenny doesn't really do media scrums. Anyway,
there was a point in this match where I realized, FTR is going over. I lost the fucking prediction title.
Straight up bartending is actually you think you know him. It's not you think you know me. You think you know him.
Yep.
And he is him.
Yep. So there was I love the tag. There was a weird, fucking crazy spot where they do this Aussie Open. I said this last night when I was watching Collision, and my mom was like, Aussie Open have innovated so many tag team moves that I've never seen before. Like the one where they run into you with they run into you and hit each other with the back. The one where they put him in like that formation, like of a butterfly type of a formation, and then they whip him into an Alabama slam for Kyle. The dental plan, the Aussie arrow move, the Coriolis, and this one, which is one of my favorite ones they do, is the one where Davis chucks him into Kyle, and Kyle does a jumping power bomb. So in that spot, the way Kyle landed, he landed on his ass, and then Cash basically landed at his like when they landed, like the impact went to his ass and tailbone first, and then his back like whipped into the thing, and it looked like Cash's ribs hit his ribs looked like he was nagging him for the entire match after that. He was really it really looked like he was hurting.
Did also Dax on Collision get his bell rung too? Hence why the weird finish.
Maybe, yeah. See, that was the thing. I don't think because he never kicked out, and Aubrey counted the 3 perfectly, and Cash was in there to break it up, but he couldn't break. I think he got in there too early to break it up, and nobody was like pulling him away. So I think that's why the finish looked a little weird.
Well, I also think 95% of the time Dax does have his eyes open for the count, and he looked like he was out cold.
Yeah, so he might have got I mean, obviously he was fine.
Yeah,
but anyway,
he was fine tonight.
But anyway, the finish came from they did the Powerplex, as I said, and then the Coriolis spot happened. Then afterwards, there was also a crescent kick Doomsday device, which is a crazy spot. I thought Cash was gonna land on his fucking head, but anyway, the match ended with a top rope shatter machine to Kyle Fletcher, and I thought that was an excellent finish to an excellent match. Great tag team match. This is definitely not the end. I'm not saying this is the end of the. I'm not saying this is. They're gonna do another one after this. I think this is finished for the time being, but we're definitely gonna be seeing more of Aussie Open and FTR down the line in the years to come. But Excalibur did mention on commentary that Bucks versus FTR Part 4 is probably going to happen. So get ready for that. And then after this, it's time.
It's time for the main event
Between Darby Allin and Christian Cage in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the TNT Championship, which I didn't even really realize this till the match started. Back-to-back pay-per-views have been headlined by both mid-card titles. All Out was the international title with Moxley and Orange Cassidy, and this one was with the TNT title with Christian and Darby, which this is great because a lot of the criticism a lot of people had about the AEW was the booking of the TNT title and how it was portrayed and how it was perceived. And I think it's been revived with this Christian Cage Luchasaurus run.
100%.
And with it being in a main event position. So I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we had Darby come out with Nick Wayne on the stage, but Nick Wayne went to the back. Christian came out with Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus went to the back. Nick Wayne's mom was present again on the outside, so you knew she was going to get involved.
Darby's dad was ringside as well. They didn't acknowledge him.
Yeah.
It was really hard to miss him because he looks like old man Darby Allin.
Yeah. But anyway, these two had a great match to start off. Just basically they had a regular wrestling match for the first fall. The way the first fall ended is this was right out of the Toriano playbook. And I immediately saw this. I was up. And I saw Yano. I was like, this motherfucker Darby Allin has been watching Toriano tape for WrestleDream. So the way he pinned Christian for the first fall, he put his fucking turtleneck over his face and basically gave him a reverse O'Connor roll and pinned him for the first fall. And the best thing about this was Christian rolls out. He doesn't even take the thing off of a wreck. It's like sideways on his head. He looks like a fucked up ninja. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He looks like Cornholio.
Oh yeah, the thing you sent in the chat is
the Cornholio.
Yeah, I didn't even see that yet.
I need TP for my bunghole.
Because I have big ties to Cornholio back when I was in summer camp when I was a little kid, and I fucking discovered Cornholio, and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Never forgot it. Never watched that show either. Anyway,
It's a classic. I'll say.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I can't get over the animation. It's like, these two fucks look disgusting. I
It's
can't
like
watch
King
this.
of the Hill. All right.
I don't like that show either because of the art style.
Fair. It's an cool.
That's why I watched. That's why I just finished One Piece, but the Netflix version. I know I'm gonna get fucking hate for that one.
No, people like it, so.
No, it was good. I'm gonna watch the actual one now if I have time to watch 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, good luck.
Anyway, no, I need something to do at work. Fucking anyway.
Should be nice.
Yeah. Anyway, we had so after the first fall, we had a little bit more of regular wrestling.
Oh, how did Darby like make under his eye bleed?
I think he cut to make it look like a blood teardrop.
No, it was like it was an actual. I think he probably when he was
I think he cut to make it a blood tear because it was so minuscule and the blood trickling down was real, obviously. I just
thought it could have been an accident because he did have his long nails. He did the face wipe. He also smashed his skateboard.
He came out with that on the ramp. That had to be done in the back. Because you can't really see it on the entrance because of the light, because you couldn't really see him at all. But yeah, he had those long ass nails. But anyway, fucking what's it called? So Nick Wayne's mom was in the crowd, and Christian walks over to this woman, and says, well, he doesn't really say, I don't know what he said, but basically hello, Nick Wayne's mom was kind of wooing him over, kind of like a honey trap type of deal. So she was trying to get him over. He's like, oh shit, okay. And then he gets over, she puts his hand, and then she fucking tosses the water in his face, that Jezebel. That fucking harlot Christian Cage got fucking splashed with water by Nick Wayne's mom, and that gave the fucking.
It wasn't on the entrance.
It wasn't?
No.
Shit, bro.
Just looking at the last bit they have on Twitter before it cuts away to the end. I do not see, and it's when the lighting is normal.
Damn, bro, he's Goldberg. That is Goldberg.
I think it could have been from the skateboard chops to the fucking stairs.
Maybe.
No, because it was before the match. He had it before the match because Bryce held up the belt with the gloves on.
Yeah, like Zach said, could have been the skateboard.
He was smashing.
Oh! I thought you meant the other spot.
No.
So yeah, later on after Nick Wayne's mom, Nick Wayne ran out.
Interfered illegally. It should have been disqualification.
Well, yeah, she didn't put her hands on him.
She didn't put her hands on him. She splashed a substance in his face.
Yeah, for all we know.
Maybe it was tequila.
Yeah.
Maybe it was tequila. But Darby's not a black child, so people aren't going to go up in arms. Anyway.
I can't clip that. Well.
Yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's the world we live in, baby.
You know what? Only you can say this, Christian. Only you.
No, everybody could say it. That's why we got free speech in this country. Anyway, what's it called? We had so Darby is incapacitated, and Christian Cage starts taking the fucking steel steps, and he puts him in a precarious situation. Like, okay, he's just gonna plan. He's gonna like do a move on top of him.
Mm.
And he gets on. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, I saw the way position. I'm like, listen, there's only one motherfucker that's gonna do this, and it's Darby Allin, and he should not do this. What the fuck's he going doing? He's gonna go. Why even ask myself that question? You know he's gonna fucking do it. He's a sicko.
Listen, he wants to prepare his body for
Mount Everest.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, let me bash myself to fucking oblivion to prepare to climb a mountain.
Like, it's to strengthen your bones.
To strengthen your bones, yeah.
It's called drink some milk.
It's called wear warm clothing and don't die due to lack of oxygen.
Dude, I swear to God, Darby is gonna do the fucking Everest climb in a hoodie and shorts. And that's the last we're ever gonna fucking see of him.
I really hope he doesn't die up there. But that would be the most Darby Allin fucking thing ever. I hope not, please. I love him. But anyway, so Christian Cage gets this fucker up in a suplex position and is going to throw him back first into the steps. But it doesn't go as planned, and he hits feet first onto the thing. He gets him up. He does it again. He basically plants him on it. Still not the desired effect. Then he puts him up in a follow-away position and then does this and then basically body slams him onto the steel stepped edges where his back hits the middle one and his fucking neck looked like he broke his goddamn neck on the bottom one. I couldn't believe this shit.
And that's what got us our second fall.
Yeah, and so Darby was counted out because this fucking guy wasn't getting up. I'm like, there was a part of me like, how the fuck is this guy alive? How is he alive? How do you sign off on this? It's only him.
You see, you're Tony Khan. You snort a line and go, okay, Darby. All right, Darby, I have a plan for you.
I'd say something.
You're gonna get fall away slammed onto steps, like step side first. Are you ready for that? Good.
No, I don't think Tony's fucking making this shit up. I think Darby's saying, "Hey, let me do this, yo." Because there's nobody else.
He's doing the line and agreeing.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it's this fucking guy is a psycho fuck. All right, and he takes this shit. They count him out. Makes sense. Listen, I know a lot of people aren't fans of countouts, but I can understand this one. So they put him on a very large gurney, very large stretcher.
Comedically large gurney.
Yeah, which I mean, even a regular stretcher would probably be a little bit big for Darby Allin. So they put him on this shit.
I'm sorry, but right here, I would have loved if this was towards the end of the match and Luchasaurus did the Big Show Rey Mysterio spot where he takes the
He wasn't strapped into nothing.
He could have done that, just swung it at the post. That would have been fucking awesome. Darby needs to do that spot.
Anyway, what's it called? We had the count out happen. Then Christian Cage starts ripping up the mat. He starts taking the mat off, exposing the wood. He was ripping this shit up really big ripping this shit up.
Former ring crew, that shit sucks.
Well, they don't got to put it back together, thank God.
I know, but former ring crew, like even the wrestlers put it together, shit sucks.
Yeah, but they don't got to put it back.
But it's the fact of which that falling on it sucks.
Oh yeah, but I think
at that
Christian
point
Cage
you're
made
falling
that job
on fucking metal.
Well, listen, I don't really give a fuck about them falling on wood after what I just saw Darby Allin take.
Yeah, seriously.
So wood was a little tame to me at this point. I was like, all right, well, usually it's like, holy shit, he's fucking falling on wood. I just watched Darby Allin almost decapitate himself on some fucking steel steps. So, yeah, so we had we had the whole third fall experience happen on the wood. Christian gave Darby a kill switch on the wood,
which was sounding
2
nasty.
Count. Darby gave Christian a coffin drop on the wood, nothing. Kicks out, and then Christian goes for the spear on Darby. But Bryce Remsburg, he's checking on Darby. He's seeing if this guy can fucking compete. And all of a sudden, here comes Christian. Darby moves out of the way, and Bryce Remsburg takes a spear. Bryce Remsburg has had no luck with these ref bumps. He almost got his neck broken in Wembley Stadium.
Taking a fucking Panama Sunrise.
He got speared here by Christian Cage. And here comes Nick Wayne. He takes the title belt from Christian Cage because Christian went to go get the TNT title. He's about to, and fucking Darby's like, hit him, go hit him. And Nick Wayne, this son of a bitch, this little prick, he hits Darby Allin with the TNT title.
My mom, my dad, everything turns. Bam.
And then he smashes Darby Allin in the head with the TNT title. I was not expecting this tonight, but I was expecting at least a tease, like maybe like he would tease it and then go back with Darby, because back at Arthur Ashe, when they were leaving the ring on Rampage, it was fucking Luchasaurus and Christian in the ring, and then Darby and Sting, and then he was caught in the middle, and he kept staring at Christian like, "Ooh, that's something. That was something right there." And we don't really do Rampage reviews, so I forgot about it. But that was definitely something I was thinking to myself.
I didn't catch
at
that
Arthur
because
Ashe.
after the match was when me, Mike,
Oh.
Nick, and my dad were moving to the other seats.
Yeah, but
I didn't catch
that was very clear that he was in the middle of them, and
Okay.
like he kept looking at Christian. I was like, that's something. But anyway, he hits Darby. His mom is freaking the fuck out because she didn't know.
Wait,
Nick, what are you doing?
If Christian is building a super group of people with dead dads, and then Jack Perry's next?
No. Because Edge would have to be a part of that faction. Santana already said if he tries him, he'll fucking murk him.
But no, but it's only the people he's fucked with, and then he brings the moms in. Dude is freaking ragging on dads and banging moms.
No, we don't.
That would be the most AEW Christian thing ever.
No, because then we need to bring Maury Povich in, and then we're
keep
gonna
that
be
fucker away from pro
Why?
wrestling.
Why?
Only keep
That
him
shit
in
was fucking
WWE.
great. Oh, bro, I'm a mark for fucking Maury Povich, bro. I love
same.
that show.
I used to watch that shit when I was sick, but keep that
watched it.
fucker only towards WWE.
Mhm. If Tony Khan says, "Listen, I'll show you fucking Maury Povich," I'm like,
I will kill myself.
I'm not gonna say no with Maury Povich.
But
anyway,
but like, think about it. You can now bring in, you can bring back Jack Perry, have him be with Christian, and then have these two guys who look like close to Hollywood douchebags. One is actually a Hollywood douchebag. And you have someone who looks like the American version of Will Ospreay.
I think
those two as a team would go fucking crazy.
What I think is that this should stay as it is. I think you have something here. You have everybody who's involved in this story is involved. I don't think you need to add anything more to this. I think Nick Wayne, because I saw I think Nick Wayne and Christian could be a cool combination, and that's what we're gonna get. And I think they should leave it so they let Nick Wayne shine, because this is literally, it's Christian, there's Edge is involved, and Sting and Dark. All of this is to build to help Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is 18 years old. He's gonna be your future star. He's a fucking prodigy. He's great in the ring, and this is just gonna help him. He's never had a heel run ever in his life. He's only been a babyface on the indies. He's never been a heel. So it's basically this kid is gonna be thrown to the wolves.
Outside of Charlie, does Griff Garrison have a dead dad?
No, Jesus Christ.
That's what we got to stop. We can't be picking people out of the roster to fucking add to this. They don't need to be added because they're not involved. Because because that's overburdening shit, and that wouldn't make sense. It's stupid. It's like adding people for the sake of adding people because of some stupid similarity. You don't need
please
it.
Continue this in the group chat.
I will.
So, just a quick thing. Edge left a note for Beth Phoenix on his refrigerator. It said, B, heading to walk, but the A is capitalized. The dog, B, but the E is capitalized. Back in a few, and the W is capitalized. So that was a little AEW hint, because Beth Phoenix was like, oh, shit. She didn't know.
Sure.
But anyway, so Nick Wayne knocks the shit out of him with the fucking thing. Christian Cage pins this guy and retains the TNT championship. And here comes Sting. They start beating down Darby again. Here comes Sting. Sting is fucking upset. He's not having this shit. So he starts beating up Nick Wayne. He starts beating up Christian. Here comes Luchasaurus. They get the better of him. And they're about to give Sting a fucking concerto. And as soon as the match ended, they started attacking him. Like, all right, well, where is he? And so they start to give Sting a concerto,
I
and
kinda
all of a
wanna know
sudden
what that
he's
grade
about
is
to
for the math thing that's next to the note, but I digress.
he's about to give the concerto to him, and uh fucking the lights go out. Lights go out. We see a little vignette play of
Here
a
in
guy
my
getting in a
Durango.
car.
No,
I get it, getting in a
95.
car, and then on the road, the car drives over a thing that says rated R. So that's what you should know. It shows the Seahawks stadium with the fireworks going and shit. He's going to Climate Pledge Arena, and he gets out of the car. He fucking the screen goes black, and all you hear is
You think you know
"You
him?
think
I
you
think
know
you
me?"
know me.
I thought it was.
And
I
meddling
could have
is
swear it's. I think it's. You think you know him? I could be wrong.
oh, because I don't think because it sounded different. It wasn't the WWE. You think you know
Yeah,
me?
it did sound different.
I will do my quick research shit. Not that I don't believe you guys, but I want to always
No, it definitely
clarify
sounded different.
rather than
You think you know him? You think you know
project.
me? Same shit.
It is like
What up, Tom?
fucking Christian looks like he's seeing a ghost when this dude is making his way.
So he comes out to Metalingus. There was a report earlier today that WWE did not own the rights to the song. They just own the rights to his name.
Did you think you know him?
Okay. So so they come out. Edge comes out. We still don't know his name because they don't have his on his Titantron. They don't have his name up there, like Adam Copeland or anything. So we don't know his name yet. So here comes Edge with the fucking smoke. Everybody's going fucking nuts. This is surreal to me.
Mhm.
Because I swear to God I realized that just now. This is surreal to me because everything is coming to light now because he left WWE and this guy was a WWE lifer.
Oh, Christian's on the
I mean,
scrum, by the way.
oh boy.
Oh boy.
Can't wait for
But
that.
anyway,
my man cleans up good after a fight.
anyway, he comes out to the song, because the Edge was a WWE lifer. The jobs he did in WCW that doesn't really count. So he's never been anywhere but WWE. So this was really crazy to see, and I mean it's like they made it. It's like kind of like a trade. That what happened at AEW and WWE
Gave
this
her
past
best female talent for
that
the greatest, like one of the greatest of
debatable.
all time.
What are you talking about?
Highly fucking debatable.
Yeah, I don't know about
On that
best
first thing.
One of
female
our
talent.
best female talents.
I don't know about
That's-
one of our
I-
best female talents. I said
I wouldn't
one
go
of our
top
best
5.
female stars. That's more of a star thing, more of a because she's a specimen who's
yeah,
probably
that's
not
more
going to
accurate.
be, who's probably not even going to be that long in WWE before she hits Hollywood. But they gave WWE an up and coming homegrown star for a older homegrown veteran, and that's
Legend.
what happened here. A legend, yeah. So here comes Edge. So I think down the ramp, it's either Taz or Excalibur said Adam Copeland has arrived in AEW. So that's where I knew. All right, it's gonna be Adam Copeland. So everybody's going crazy. He comes to the ring. Christian's looking at like this guy. So Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne, they're standing off against this fucking guy. Sting's dead. Darby's nowhere to be found. Edge. Well, that's gonna take getting. I'm still gonna fucking call him Edge. Edge. He takes the fucking the chair. He's like, let me give the concerto to Sting. Christian's like, hey, shit, go for it.
What are you
He
doing
goes and
here?
and then he does a perfect swing and he hits Nick Wayne right in the back.
I thought he was
he
gonna do a
hits
headshot to Luchasaurus.
He hits Nick Wayne with the bat. He throws the chair at Luchasaurus' head. Christian gets out of the ring. He perfectly spears Luchasaurus right on the chair.
Yes.
And everybody's going crazy. They play his music. Darby gets in the ring. Sting gets in the ring, and he shakes both their hands, and that's how they go off the air. Adam Copeland, the Rated R superstar, is All Elite, and then this was the best. This might be the best show of the year for me. This might be the show of the year. I thought this was an excellent pay-per-view, WrestleDream, and I can't wait for them to do this as an annual event. This delivered in every way.
Tom, what's happening on AEW? 3 banger pay-per-views in the span of like a month and 3 days.
So,
Yeah.
I know, like we're all like, hey, like the dream matches Edge could have.
Yeah, the Brood versus the Acclaimed.
But see,
that's a possibility. Gangrel still wrestles.
It is. See, but I was gonna lead into. But the one thing I want to see is Max Caster do a diss on Edge.
Oh boy.
He's gonna find a way to rhyme Sexton Hardcastle
My
with something.
see, Edge has not been in the ring with guys like Mox, Claudio, Samoa Joe, Omega, Ospreay, Sammy Guevara, Darby, Nick Wayne, Luchasaurus, which we're getting.
Reality check for him.
This guy hasn't been in the ring with 90% of this roster. He has nothing but fresh matchups. Nothing but. So there's so many possibilities, and if he's gonna be full time, I believe. What the fuck? Like he can even have rematches, like with guys he's barely worked with Bryan Danielson. They did the match at WrestleMania with Roman. But I mean, this guy is nothing but like. I really can't wait to see him and Omega. Him and Omega? You fucking crazy? Him and Takeshita?
Hell, that you have
him and MJF?
I was about to say, like, now you like, and sure, it's a meme. Whoever the fuck MJF takes a photo with as a kid is going to be his next fucking target.
Well, I don't know about Randy Orton, because Randy Orton was in that picture too.
Well, cropped out. Who cares about him at that point?
Oh.
It's just Adam Copeland Edge right there.
Who cares about Randy Orton? What the fuck are you talking about? I love Randy Orton.
Oh, I love Randy Orton too, but he's a boom non-factor.
Yeah, not until the bidding war of 2024.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, Fabeski, brother. But anyway, Adam Copeland is all you can go see the graphic.
His shirt is.
We're gonna hear from this motherfucker on Dynamite. We're gonna hear from him. So yeah. You know how? You know what? We're not conversating about this at all tonight, of all nights. But you know how this entire pay-per-view and this entire week coming up to this, I completely forgot about this Punk situation. Out of sight, out of mind. And now you got Adam Copeland here.
There was some
they moved on very well. They moved on very well.
There are definitely some funny remarks about getting Edge over Punk. Someone made a comment saying Edge pissed in Punk's face. So
well,
there you go. He
one of them's not a fucking asshole that's not going to start backstage fights. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to get Adam Copeland. He's going to be basically saying a mission statement on Wednesday. So that's what's going to go down there. So I can't wait to see all this. So really cool stuff. Edge is in AEW. I can't wait to see all the fresh matchups. And yeah, great stuff.
Yeah.
WrestleDream.
Fucking fantastic pay-per-view.
WrestleDream was a big winner.
I think for this one, a unanimous just wrestler of the night, can't say of the week because our week hits into on Wednesday. Adam Copeland. His new shirt, it looks nice, but
people are gonna go fucking crazy about that. Like he's not gonna have 14 fucking shirts by 2 weeks.
True, but god damn it! Like, and yeah, as also I mentioned earlier, he got to keep the trademark. Rated R superstar. Taz said it on commentary. I'm happy him and Matt Hardy are on good terms, and everything is pushed aside from long ago.
That shit's been pushed aside from long ago.
I'm happy that it's been pushed aside for so long, and it's been good.
It never got pushed aside before the 2010s.
Yeah, because they realized that Lita
2023
was.
I mean, if that shit bubbled up again, I mean, I don't think what the fuck that's about.
But hey, but gotta love and appreciate everybody who tuned in. Gotta give out to these guys for.
Hey, shout out to John Moxley on commentary
again.
Yes. I fucking the fucking Zach. That was fucking sweet.
Then you hear Excalibur and Taz mumble under their breath, language.
He said, "Well, no." Moxley said he
Well-
already got fined on the pre-show for using colorful language. Then he's fucking saying shit.
Well, I mean, they're on pay-per-view. They're
He
allowed
said
to say
he
the F
said
word.
Bryan Danielson reads a
They're
lot
on
of tantric
YouTube.
sex stuff.
They can say whatever they want.
Yeah, but they're gonna now they got
Well, no,
demonetized.
you're allowed to
Swerve-
drop F-bombs on the
Swerve's
pay-per-view.
on the media. Swerve's on the scrum, by the way.
Oh boy.
All right, guys, we will see you on Wednesday for the oh my god,
Fucking
new
BT.
era!
Fucking BT is gonna be wild.
I
New
may or
era.
may not be on the show Wednesday night because I have a flight at 7 a.m. Thursday morning.
Where you
so,
going?
Miami.
For what?
Bachelor party.
Fucking scumbag.
To be honest, in April I'm going to New Orleans for a bachelor party.
I'm too young. My friends aren't getting married yet.
This is my brother-in-law, so yeah.
And that they're not getting married this early.
Oh well, I don't think they can if they tried. But anyway, that's the state of the Coochie crew.
State
Shout
of
out.
the Coochie Crew.
That's
What
what
the
it's
fuck's
called. I'm
wrong
not
with
even kidding.
you?
11. I'm not fucking. Listen, fucking 11. It's me and 11 other schmucks. We got yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah,
You
don't
just
dox
hear it, the
anyone.
Coochie crew.
Be
I'll dox
careful.
anybody I want.
Oh, Jesus.
I've done it before. I'll do it again. You ever play Xbox at 3 a.m.? I'm pulling people's IPs.
You sick son of a bitch.
I'm not a sick fuck. I don't know how to do it. I get my Asian friend to do that for me.
Once again, you
that's what
sick son of a bitch. All right, guys.